see that?
Yeah, now it's working.
Good morning, Shauna. If you wish to undertake this mission, here is the following advice. You'll be flown to New York, placed on a high building to throw eggs on people you don't like. This message will self-destruct in 10 seconds. Yeah, it's good. Just having a quiet one. A James Boag Premium Lager. Not sure what the percentage is. It's not that strong. I'll share it with the boss. Current temperature is 71 degrees. Be a beautiful end of summer nights. Not hot, not too cold. Well, there we go. A beer with arms. Oh, wait, I'm a beer. There you go. We got another sip.
Just got it in shot.
We got 5 doors today for the extensions of our house, and they come from a mid-20th century school. And in the future you will see. G'day, Jojo. I had to wake up from more beer. Oh dear, big Friday night, was it? But on 2 of the doors it's got principal. On one of the doors it's got vice principal on another door. And another one says meeting room. And we're probably going to leave the signs on there.
Yes.
They're an old solid Jarrah door, a bit taller than normal doors. But you can imagine how many people have been through that principal door. You're in trouble, son. Sit down. Yeah, so that was a bargain too. I mean, these are solid timber doors, like I say, mid-20th century, about the 40s, 50s, something like that. And we got all 5 for just $500. Bargain. Real bargain. Good solid door like that new would be $500 for one of them. So, what do you think about the doors?
Oh, I like them.
Yeah.
I want to restore the handles and everything. I don't want to change it.
It's got some really old door furniture like handles and plaques and things like that. Mainly to scare kids, I imagine. Some of it we can salvage, some we can't. Just the nature of the beast.
Well, I'll try. That's why we bought them.
Yeah, no, it's the internal mechanism of the door handles which are old and don't open correctly. So some of that may have to change. So yeah, that was our big event today, picking up 5 old Jarrah, colonial looking, that's what they look like, colonial doors, big square section on both sides on the door, and then 2 smaller square sections down the bottom, aren't they? The tall ones are on top, yeah. So very imposing, I imagine, for some kid being sent to the vice principal or principal's office, but interesting. 2 back doors for sale, but they are metal, and you're going to pick them up in Georgia. That's not going to happen. All these doors would have been used in like a corridor. In Australia they have like their main doors just off a veranda, so they're okay for being a back and front door, but we've already got a front door, so it'll be a side door, and that's got some glass panels in it. That's quite nice. Well, we'll show you. We'll do a little video of those that we picked up. So we've got all our mid-20th century windows we've picked up. They're going to be restored, and also mid-century doors. So going in with the theme, this old cottage was built in 1951. I'm giving you Ford van doors. Ah, cheers, mate. They're not going to fit in my Hyundai, but I'll give it a go. Actually, I'm having trouble with my shift lock. It's not trouble, it'll be fixed, but you know, you got to push it down to get it out of park into drive and reverse, but we'll fix that up Monday. It's probably a brake light or something like that. So just leave the beer there, do you reckon?
Hey.
You can answer for your troubles now.
Hello. Answer for my troubles.
I'd show them the doors, but you're not sure whether there's a light in there, are you?
No, I have to go and have a look. I'll look in a minute.
Have we got a torch?
No.
Yes, we have. I'll go and check and see if there's a light.
He's
I'll show you
going
the doors.
to walk in the dark. I don't know if I'll be able to put him on. I think it'll be too dark. Oh, I can never work out this thing. See him? Can you see him walking into the dark? Could make a ghost story out of that. Oh no, we can't see him now. Oh, thank you. He's in the shed. I don't think there is a light there. I'll have to use the torch. As walking you into the black abyss now. And see, he takes the torch, lets me walk in the dark, and I can't see a bloody thing. Hey! Can I sort of have a bit of light? No, we walk in that bloody hole.
Let's see how that goes. You like to film?
Here's go. So that's.
You look at that one there, you see that's the glass panel. This is going to be a side
Can
entry.
you first still look at this? I'm going down.
Right. Don't get
There,
pushy.
Shh, listen. Shh, shh.
What?
Listen.
What are you going on about?
What's that noise?
It's going to be a ghost now, isn't it? I wanted you to do the lighting. I'll do the lighting and filming. Make it easier. That door there
They are beautiful.
is going to be our side entry. Hey, so that's definitely normal.
Buffering.
That's all right. That's one of the doors with a sign on it.
I love the handles.
They're the handles.
See, this is why I don't want to replace them.
It could even be earlier than the 40s, you know, so these handles look
And that
ornate,
used,
but they could actually be put on later.
and that used to be the lock, but
That's an old key lock, like an old prison lock.
so you used to flick it aside and a key would go in there. So I'll try and restore that.
If you can work in centimetres, that's 2 metres 52 by 845 millimetres wide. Standard door is about 820 wide. So yeah,
That was what seats white leg.
just lean. Can you lean this door forward, and I'll show them the one that's going to go in my office. You're probably going to struggle.
I can't lean it any more
I
forward.
don't know if they can see this. Hang on.
No, let me in there.
No, it's cool.
No, because it's buffering.
Anyway, they're beaut old doors. All right, and yeah, they're not 100%. Like a bit of a scratch here and there, and all this can be taken out. This is not a problem. So
Assistant principal.
yeah.
You guys are high.
So this door handle we're going to have to fix. See how that's been damaged? That one.
Yeah,
That'll
I
have
know.
to go.
Look at it. Like, it's a shame these were glued down because that used to flick across and you put a key there. Oh, face.
Yeah. So a good solid doors like this is pretty good, 2-inch thick, big, heavy wooden old doors. So that's going to make it your entry door for the side of the house.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to clean.
We're
it up.
not going to do too much. We're just going to fix up like the face of the door. Otherwise, we'll take all the little niggles. Like, see this one here? That's easy enough removed.
What? I wouldn't even remove that.
No, but we can just clean them up. So the assistant principal, that's our bedroom door, isn't it?
Yes, because I like
Yeah.
this. I want this to stay and get fixed.
And then I've got the principal door going onto my office. And of course, it'll be an all-girls school, so any punishment I'll have to inflict will have to be done with you wearing a...
No.
Oh, okay. Just a thought. Anyway,
Don't have to go down that road.
not exciting, but exciting for us. Finding
We
these...
could do a ghost story.
Yeah.
We're here. Now, be quiet and listen.
There we go.
So, what was that? I'll just get my
Hang on.
lighter.
These may not be doors, they may be portals till time.
Oh, what was that flash over there?
I think it was this light. Yeah. Yeah, so not exciting for many people, but for us, we were thrilled to find
How big
these.
they are.
Yeah, I mean, they're big doors. I mean, my wife's only 2'6".
I'm not 2'6".
No, but I'm 6'5", and
Like this.
these are good 7-foot doors. And like I say, solid Australian timber, not a veneer. Solid.
What was that knocking?
There's your hand. This sec, we couldn't find out from the guy that we got them off what school they came off, but it would have been, I imagine, some flash school, because unflash schools didn't have doors like that. Now, Borgia, we'll stop the door expose.
Give me your phone.
I'm good.
I will take this one. Put it up the shed up.
See how bossy she is? It'll only take her an hour how to figure out how to close the door. Oh, and that's a hole.
I know we're trying that because you had the torch in here.
See that? There's a tree stump there. We've been grinding away with a grinder, and I've got to dig that out. I've got to cut that off by hand. It's a pain in the ass. That's got to come out. So it'll be a sore job down the bottom, because I'm
Oh, thank you, Shauna.
putting grass through here. Nice grass. So I'm sure that was unexciting for everybody, but us.
You walk in front of me with the torch.
What are you whinging about now?
You leave me behind there. You carry the torch in front of
Oh
me.
look, it was so scary. See how dark it is out there? She was scared.
And I can't see a damn thing.
Oh dear. Anyway, them's the doors. And we now know we haven't got a light in the shed, which I'll fix up. I'll wire one up.
Yeah.
See you later, Jojo.
There you go.
Hello, Adasha.
Hello, Adasha.
So you can talk to us. I've done all the talking about the doors.
What's your channel about? If you want people to subscribe, you have to tell what it's about.
What is it?
I don't know.
She's
I'm
checking
having
you out, mate, whoever you are.
I have another YouTube channel. Subscribe my channel. Okay?
Just ask what videos they do.
I can't read it. It's not in English.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Maybe he's just trying to hunt to get subs.
Comedy. Alright, we'll check it out. Just gonna go put the keys back inside.
I remember walking through doors like that when I was a kid, shaking in my boots. We used to get the cane when I was a kid. You know, 1/4 inch thick. And if you're bad, you used to do it across the knuckles. That hurt. You'd have welts on your blood vessels popping up. I mean, can you imagine teachers getting away with that today? No, we don't have to subscribe fast. We're going to have a bit of a look later, but it's all good. No rush, mate. Like I say, probably not exciting for anyone but me and the missus, but we've been looking for doors like that for quite a while. Got very fortunate. I say, you wouldn't get a door like that for $500. One door with no fittings, nothing, being solid timber. And you'd have to get them made today. They wouldn't make that profile. So we got lucky. What did you guys get up to today? Anything exciting? See what we did. We got doors. Welcome to the pub. Just watched Aussie make two Aussie make a chicken burger. I don't like takeaway food. Never liked takeaway food. Look, I've had Kentucky. Where are you from? I'm from the other side of the screen, mate, Australia. But yeah, never liked takeaway food, ever. It's always felt stodgy in my stomach and doesn't taste that good. I mean, sure, it's quick, it's fast, convenient, if you like, but I'm sure it's not good for you. I remember seeing, I'm sure you guys have seen videos of McDonald's burgers left in situ on the side of a sink for a year, and they don't change colour. There's something wrong there. G'day JP, you just missed out and having a look at me doors. We picked up 5 mid-20th century school doors, solid Jarrah. Beautiful, mate. Need a bit of work on the door furniture, but bloody beautiful. But a heavy sit of Mrs. Seeds who will get all frustrated.
I haven't got my ears on tonight. You just missed us, JP. We did a ghost tour of the shed.
No, there's no just timber doors.
What's that he said? Hi, Danny G. It's night time here, Danny.
It was about 8:30 or something like that.
How? No, we'll get someone to hang them for us, JP.
Oh, I can hang them. Just I need the door furniture changed.
They're quite solid and heavy.
Oh, they'd weigh, what's it, 45 kilo each at least, JP, 100 pound. They're really solid Jarrah timber doors. Tell him what's written on the doors.
One door's got, oh, you're from Nepal, are you? That's good. One's got principal written on it. Alright, how do you pronounce his name? Alright, you've asked us all to subscribe.
Yeah, once is
so
enough, no more.
That's enough. People will subscribe to you if they want to, okay? One's got principal on it, JP. I'm going to leave those signs on it because they're from the original school. The other one's got vice principal on it.
And staff meeting.
And staff meeting. So, yeah, the door frame will be solid. We'll make sure the builders make the frame solid.
No, the timber door frames as well. Ain't going to move.
Yeah, I know what JP means because they actually didn't feel that heavy when I helped you lift them. Yeah, they're local, from a local...
You're going to lift one by yourself?
Yeah, they're from a local school that got pulled down. Where's my...
Probably going to be something like a private school. That's what they look like anyway. I never saw flash doors like that in a public school.
Yeah, so the builders will know. They'll check the doors out and make it a good frame.
Oh, it's a solid Jarrah frame we're building as well. It's not...
Around the doors, yeah. Yes. We're just not sure what school they came out of.
No, we
but
couldn't
somewhere between here and Mandurah.
No, I think it'd be around like the college areas. There's a lot of refurbishment. They're definitely 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Just on the profile of the beading that's inside there.
Yeah, that's right, JP. Just sometimes if it's a flood of messages, it's annoying.
Huh?
Oh, I just, one of the guys messaged because he just kept asking for subscriptions.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but...
Actually, if no one's subscribed to JP's channel, please do. He's got some great tourist videos there. Yeah, she wants to keep the signs on them, JP.
Yeah, I do. I do.
The actual principal door's going on my office, so every time she knocks on it, she's got to be wearing a school uniform, JP.
No.
Only fair,
No.
and punishment will be inflicted as necessary.
How you going, Kathy?
Hello, Kathy.
And our door will have vice principal, will it?
I can't remember which one it is. Yeah. No, we've been looking at doors all over the place. We could have got new doors, but we wanted something with a bit of character. So we got lucky with this, and it's just the right amount of doors that we need. So it gives us an external door to the office, which we're going to use to go through the home on that side of the building. It's the only door, and then an external door over here coming into the side of the house, because most of the time we'll drive up here and come through the side of the house instead of coming up the big veranda, just for convenience.
There's a mouthful left for you.
You can have it. Yeah, so like I say, not exciting for anyone else but us, but getting those doors today was really good. See, my sicky's gone out again. I actually phoned a bloke who sort of does a bit of scunging around buying bits and pieces. Obviously made a few bob out of it.
And he actually had a phone call from someone in New South Wales who wanted them desperately, but
A week
kept
ago.
mucking him around, and it would have cost $700.
$750 to ship 5 doors.
Yeah, but it was because of what they were.
Yeah, that's why she wanted them too. But he said, I'll drop them off. So he dropped them off $500 cash. Now he's gone into the night. I don't care. I just couldn't have picked a door up for 500 in this quality. Plus, like I say, it's got a bit of character. And we don't want a really modern, sterile, new addition to the home. The home is a 1951 built. All this wall disappears. That flows through to the kitchen, dining, lounge, and you'll see 2 or 3 of the doors and the side door. And then we're going to get those, we're having Jarrah floorboards throughout. And we're going to get those big profile, about 130 mil. It's a Jarrah profile skirting board that's got a little bit of a squiggle on top and then gets a bit thicker down the bottom. That'll be up against the doors with architraves. So yeah, look good. That's probably the most expensive part of the house actually, is going to be the architraves and the floor. We've got all the windows and doors. And we're going to render the outside double brick, just for insulation purposes, and have the house at the same height as the old one. So,
Well,
we hope to. Yeah, that's our goal. Because it hasn't got too much to stick in about a 400 mil pad. You know, brick up the pad and then put the slab on, and then double brick up from there.
I have to get the cardigan. I'm cold.
I think it's still warm.
No.
Yeah, so all these little things we've been doing probably the last 3 or 4 months, getting bits and pieces and doing a bit of refurb inside the old house. That's all done up now. Bar the floor in the kitchen, that gets ripped out, so the Jarrah boards flow all the way out. Yeah, it's planned to be the forever home, mate. I mean, I'm getting that old. I don't have much choice of another one, I don't think. But there will be bugger all grass. There'll be paving in lots of areas. Nice little, where the shed is. Over there'll be a bit of grass because we're going to get a dog and probably a cat, and then a pool down the back, the JP pavilion of course, that'll be down the back alongside the pool with your special director's chair, JP's chair down the back there. Everyone else can sit on the floor. What do you reckon?
Yep. It's so close. Yep, your own little corner, JP. Hey Nicole, oh my god, thank you, I needed a place away. Oh damn Nicole, we might have to go back into the shed so we can show Nicole and JP. We bought some doors for the house.
You want to show them? Go on then. I'll get the key.
Go on then.
We're going to show you the old mid-20th century school doors that we picked up. And just showing everybody else, but we've got to show you now, Nicole and JP. So we'll go for a wander. Go in front so you don't get scared.
I'm not scared.
Scared?
There's a freaking hole there I could fall in. When you did it before, you made me walk in the dark.
I could have lived with this. Whinge, whinge. What does it say, JP? Whinge, whinge, fucking whinge. I'll have to get Chopper onto it.
Put it down for a sec, I can unlock it.
All right, here we go.
Shauna's already seen this.
Yeah, Shauna's seen that. Been there, done that. We won't pull the doors out, we'll just show them.
See how big they are?
They're really tall door. They're all slightly different in size. JP knows standard door. 2050 by 820 is a standard door, so these are bigger. That's going to be and it's got some good furniture on some of the doors. And they're a good 2-inch thick solid Jarrah door.
See, I like this. See this, Nicole, look, this sign's still on them from the school. I'm going to keep them on there. And I like the handle on this one. And that's the old-fashioned new stuff. Put it across.
I'm not sure if it's original handle, to be honest.
It is. The screws are
Plenty of new screws have been put in. Yes, but then the other ones got other signs on them. That one in there you can't really see. Lean it back a bit. That one says meeting room.
Go.
But I have got behind here the principal door, which is going to be my office door. Do you want to try and lean that burger back? I don't know how far you can take it.
Well, I can get in there better than you. Do you want me to try and film in there?
No, you just got to lean the door back.
Oh, I can't go any further.
You can probably just make that out. That says principal. So that'll be going on my office, and all the naughty girls of the school will be, you know, for punishment. And put it back now. So yeah, beard doors, really, really good. We've been looking for something like this for quite a while.
And yeah, before we did ghosts in here, see? See? There's that knocking again.
Yeah, I mean, they're only doors, nothing really to get excited about, but
Yes, it is.
because they're mid-20th century, I mean, even the doorway, that's original. It's hinges, solid out.
And of course, says, please sir, can I have another punishment?
Yeah. We'll fix you up, Nicole, don't worry about that.
See this? Show this. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this?
Yeah, this will be Nicole's desk.
That's actually,
If you're sitting in my office, Nicole,
that's the
and
chair.
you'll be writing out 100 times, I'm a naughty girl.
See that? That's a chair, and that's a little
This is old
desk.
too.
And I redid it. It was from a Sunday school that I used to go to as a little girl.
That didn't do you much good, did it?
No.
Yeah, actually, what I will show them, I'll take that out and show them when we get back out there.
There he goes. Friggin' leaves me in the dark.
Oh, here she goes again. Here she goes again. Whinge, 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 whinge. I used to walk around the prison at night with no lights. There's one hole.
I'll show them that.
One hole.
There's not one hole. There's
Do you want to walk in front of me so you don't get attacked by the mob and boogeymen?
Look, there's another hole. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
So there you go. Like I say, not exciting for anyone really but us, but I did want to show you some of the fish that we get in my state, and we are spoilt, trust me. There we go, ball chin graper, tusk fish, not that good to eat. barramundi cod, which is a coral reef. They don't get too big.
What do you do about the size of the doors? The doors will be fine. We've got 9-foot ceilings, JP.
Yeah, we've got 9-foot ceilings, mate.
Yeah, groper, I know. It's a weird name.
Yeah, Nicole will definitely go for the groper. That's called a cabaya or black kingfish. There's so many. We are spoilt in our state, truly. That's a pink snapper. That's what they call an old man snapper with a big bull nose on front. But we are so spoilt. And here are some of our crustaceans. These are like cockroaches in my state. The western rock lobster. We've got mud crabs, blue swimmer or blue mant as we call them, red claw, marron, they're inland river crayfish. We get plenty of different prawns. That's a cherubim, that's a prawn, other crustacean, not a yabby. But no, we've got so many. We've got the barramundi even in WA. Plenty of bream in our rivers, mulloway. Over east, this is what they call a jewfish in the eastern states, and it's not. It's just a mulloway, or we call them kingies. Tailor, they're all around Australia. Threadfin, different types of threadfin. This is a nice cod. It's called a Chinaman cod. Yeah, all sorts. I say we've got thousands of species, but we've got lots of reef. That's common all around Australia. Flathead. Yep, we've got King George whiting down the bottom of Western Australia, near where we used to live in Augusta, going around to Albany and Esperance. They're everywhere. But we mainly get the sand whiting further up north. That's the main ones we get. Yeah, so this is, I bought this for a friend who never actually ended up taking it. It's a guide for sizes and quantities of what you can get. We get plenty of barracuda. I swam with those buggers. Nasty little buggers. There's all, like saying, we are really spoiled in Western Australia. Nah, all through South Australia, mate, you get mobs of King George. This is a standard whiting, but we get about 3 different species of sand whiting.
Isn't there a yellow one or something?
There's one with a little yellow tip on it we get here. Yeah, we get these garfish. They're okay to eat, nothing special. Hello, Laura Lynn. Yeah, so but we are really, that's a mai-mai.
Laura.
We get plenty of marlin off the coast here. And of course, none of this chart is showing you the abundance of sharks, because then I'd really scare you. I don't know how many species of sharks we got, but we got plenty. Absolutely plenty. And I've fished over the eastern states, but the water's a bit muddy in most areas. The cleanest water I came across was down in Narooma, JP, down that area in Bermagui. I'd rather just eat fresh shark. It's firm, white flesh. You can egg and break from it. You can deep fry it. Yeah, Bermagui is nice, but you're in Victoria then, of course. But Narooma was about the cleanest water I saw in New South Wales. Other than that, it's pretty muddy. Over here, it's just pristine clear, like a big aquarium. But don't tell anyone, JP, they'll all want to come fish here. I've caught most of those species of fish I showed you, either with a spear or with a hand line or with a first seine net. But I always only catch what I eat. Don't take too much.
Laura used to take her kids fishing and get bluegill. She thinks it was called bluegill, sorry.
Bluegill, sounds like an American species. A lot of fish is similar. All around, I fished all over the world, and they're similar. People just call them different things. It's like that mulloway I was showing you. In the eastern states, that mulloway is actually what they call a jewfish. And our jewfish is totally different. It's stouter, it's shorter, it's fatter.
Dewy.
Yeah, you call them dewies, but we don't call them dewies. Mulloway we call kingies. That one there. We call them kingies. Nah, they're not even really good eating,
I
mate.
think JP's got hidden talent. He's asked a lot of questions about the bull, so I think we need to get him over to help build.
Tell you what we could get him to do, and I'll just show him. We've got to lift up 97 square metres of paving, JP.
Yeah, we're having a paving
And if you
party.
like, we're gone for a month, but you're welcome to come over and stay and, you know, stack them up where we need them, because we're going to use those down the back. But yeah, that seems like a good idea. We'll get JP. We'll fly you over, mate. You can clean up the yard, move the pavers.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I did, Nicole. I was just trying to work out how to put it in my phone. You gave me yours with your area code.
I won't need the area code.
I won't need the area code when we get there, will I?
No.
But I think you gave me yours with the area code, did you?
We'll just leave the area code in if we need to, because
What's-
it might be international roaming. It might
Yeah.
be how it works.
What's
I don't know.
Australia's area code?
Oh, I don't know, 011 or something like that. I don't know.
Or 0011. I still have to find our area code. Johnny P says, no worries, as long as a people working the fans while feeding me grapes in my time off.
There's grapes in
Oh,
the fridge.
61. Yeah, I think you're right, JP. Plus 61 is ours. I was thinking when you, I don't know, when we rang somebody, it was 0011, blah, blah, blah. That was when we were trying to ring Herbie and that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think US, whatever. You can find country codes early.
Yeah, JP.
Australia is 61.
Yeah, plus 61.
plus.
Yeah.
Then you take away the first zero of a mobile.
So 00, what's UK, JP? 0011. Hi, Safka. You're from Turkey. S-A-F-A-K. Did I pronounce that right?
I don't know.
Safka. S-A-F-A-K.
I'll have a look.
Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Safak, I think it is.
Well, I'll say Safka then. It's
Safak.
Safaka.
Yavuz. Safak Yavuz.
We're in Australia. We're in Australia, and there's some people here from England, and I don't. Laura, I think's in America. How do these people find this place? What do you mean? How do these people coming into this chat, JP? That's because of me. I should go put my ears on. I think that's what they've come for. It's to see the unicorn ears.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they're looking for goats. One of the two.
Stop it.
I'll do the call.
You're from Sudan. I'm Sudanese.
Sudanese. He's
I
from
know JP said that.
What? Goats.
JP wrote that. I'm from Sudan.
Sudan. Well, if JP is from the Sudan, he's probably going to run through the streets of Melbourne and scare people.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah. Yeah, JP. Nicole said to JP to do another food video.
Yeah, we saw the haggis, but that's all we've seen.
You could even just sit down and film yourself eating lunch, JP. So women just love watching you. So, Spider Ham. Hello. How you going, Spider Ham?
Spider ham.
It's sunny. It's sunny where you are. Is it? I'll just call you Saf because I don't want to say your name wrong. Well, it's night time here.
So there's not much sun.
So, no, yeah. How can you be... Read what JP wrote. How can you be all that, JP? Hi...
I'm half Sudanese, half Uzbekistani, and half Ukrainian.
How can you be half,
Makes
half,
them
half?
a Sukubikistanish.
And who's the other one that just come in? I can't pronounce that either.
Mujib Rahman. You're from India.
I don't have any more food vids, but heading overseas soon, so I will get something. You can do some in Australia, JP.
Tell you, JP, there's a video we watch from time to time. It is in Norway, but it's a guy who takes a video, live camera, on the train.
We're in Australia.
And that's really cool, actually. But I don't know whether you could steal a train to do that. Not sure. Australia, Mujib. Who are you going to meet, Nicole?
JP.
JP? Well, he's already been to the UK this year. And he totally ignored you, Nicole, all right? Let's just lay it on the line. Let's put the facts up for no conjecture. Drove past you, all right, off the ferry.
Yeah, I know.
Liverpool,
Yeah, Nicole.
Manchester. He just fapped you off. No, I'm not going to Coles, bugger it. No. He's going back late 2020 to fix up Stonehenge.
No, we've got to fix it up for him.
Yeah, but he'll go and rearrange it again. I know what he's like.
Oh, there's something I want to get. Yeah,
What's that?
there's something I found.
Oh, mystery. A mystery thing is coming out. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. This is like watching a spacewalk. She's going to come out with something incredible. I have no idea what it is. What is this group up to? World domination, Mujib, but I don't want you to tell anybody. It's a secret. Nicole is leader of the new fundamental group, and we're moving forward. This is our last meeting before we push the button,
What?
get into action.
You aren't talking about politics
What have
again,
got
are
there?
you?
No, I don't know whether they'll
Tell
see
me
it.
if you can see that.
What is it?
That's my daddy when he was, that's in Germany in 1950. I just found some old photos the other day.
Man, he had skinny legs.
Yeah, he did. It's not a very clear photo, but anyway, it's my dad in 1950. He was born in, Mum was 30, when was he born?
1933.
8.
33.
No, he's older, yeah.
38.
Hi, Jazz. And
Yes, we're all here about Pythagoras, and if you want any real big angles to work with, JP's your man.
there's another one of my
He's always
daddy
got an angle.
as a young man. I can't read the text. You have to tell me what they're saying. You're going to love this. Well, I love this.
Robert A said, wow. Nicole said, oh, nice.
I like, this is in 1944. This is my dad. Look at the tractor he was driving. I miss my dad, my mum. Dad passed in 2014. Look at that tractor. Isn't that cool? 1944. Oh, I won't show you that one. It's a bit, oh, no, you can't really see her. No, I can't see the people in there. But it's just, my mum's in there as a little girl, but just look at the old photo. How cool, that was 1945. I love old photos. Mum's somewhere in here. There's a little girl. Oh, there she is. There's Mum right there. Anyway, Budge is enough.
Showing my baby photo.
I don't know where that is.
We won't do that.
It's rare to see real photos. I know. I just love photos. I mean, even, well, this isn't real morbid, but that's my grandma's funeral. The one that was a gypsy, but that's Dad there. That was his mum. Big thing, they look after him in the home and take photos and all. So I have lots more, but that'll do. Don't want to bore you.
Scaring one up showing photos of me when I was a young man.
Yeah, I especially like old photos. I wouldn't care if someone would put up on YouTube just all the old photos like that. Yeah, the Germans are big at like taking photos and big celebration and
Drinking.
Drinking. A big wake and laying out at home the coffin, and everyone comes round and has a look. But my favourite photo is that one of Dad on the tractor. There's a country somewhere that dig up the dead and bathe them. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Nicole, there is. I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
A lot of cultures actually living in huts still today
That's a bit too far.
will bury their loved ones under the ground in the hut.
And then there's one who preserved them and have them sitting in a chair in the house. I mean, you know, that's pretty extreme. As much as, because we joke about all that sort of stuff. Even before Mum and Dad passed, it was, you know, death wasn't a scary thing in our family. And yeah, Mum would say jokingly, "Are you going to prop me up in the chair?" You know, say things like, "You can still wheel me around in the wheelchair." Just funny little comments, and it doesn't mean much to other people. But when this first time while we were there, when she had to be taken to hospital, we're wheeling her around in the wheelchair, and then she just out of the blue says, "Where's the morgue?"
Show me where I'm going.
I said, "Oh, downstairs, Mum. Do you want to go look?" "I just want to know where it is."
She said, "I'll be there soon enough, don't panic." Where are all our photo albums?
I miss what Nicole said. Yeah.
Nicole said, "Oh Lord, I couldn't do that. Imagine waking up drunk. Shit."
No, it's. I mean, death happens. As sad as it is, and we miss them, we know. But yeah, if you can joke about it before.
Just one little tip for all of you. If you just think about what I'm saying, I want you to go and get an oak tree or a tree you like and go out in the country somewhere. Don't even ask to plant it, but just go and plant an oak tree or something like that. One that you'll never get the shade of because you'll be dead before the tree's tall enough. But it'll be there forever. Well, for a very long time at least. Ever think about it. Go and plant a tree.
I have told my mum she's not allowed to die ever. I think she got the message. Yeah, we all say things like, yeah, we say that. You say, "Mum, no, you're going to live to over 100. She says, "Bloody no, I'm not."
Always look on the bright side of death. Do-do, 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 do. Life's a piece of shit when you think of it. Da, 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 da. Good song that actually. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So always look on
it's supposed
the
to be
bright
life
side of
life.
death. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Even
Monty
when
Python,
you
love it.
take-
Yep, Monty Python. Bring out your dead. Oh, my grandson, I have to laugh. He's 10. Did a school assembly the other day, and they did a play to do with like vaccine versus natural therapies. So they made it like a play
It
out
was
of
a
it.
mixture of Blade Runner
Yeah, mixture and Monty Python.
and Monty Python.
And they even had some of the kids bring a wheelbarrow. Like these kids were dying of, was trying to get the message across to basically vaccine your children. And these kids are walking in with this wheelbarrow, "Bring out your dead." Well, we just cracked up laughing because we know Monty Python, and we were surprised that they understood it. The teacher loved Monty Python as well.
I'm not dead.
You will be shortly. Shut up.
No, I'm feeling better.
Yeah, well, here in Australia, Nicole, you can't send your kids to school unless they're vaccinated. It's a lot of people, it's a big debate here. Parents, yeah, fine. You know, at the end of the day, it's your choice, I suppose, but
Each and everyone has the choice whether they do or do not get vaccinated.
Yeah, they
However, there are consequences
Yeah.
in certain countries for not
look,
vaccinating
you
your
know,
children.
if the help's out there and it works, you know, why not do it?
There are so many conspiracy theories, and that would mean and suggest that where there's smoke there is fire. I agree, but a lot of people embellish the conspiracy to the extent that it scares the shit out of people, and that's not a good thing.
I'm going to put these photos in. I think I have to get the charger from my phone.
Are we going to have a bourbon?
When I come back, JP can make it.
Well, JP's lifting up the paving here, so you might as well make us a bourbon. Fair bit of ice in mine, thanks, JP. I don't give my family the flu shot. I've never taken a flu shot, ever. Vaccines I was given in the UK was one, I think. And I didn't go to high school the day they had that rubella one, I think. I went fishing. Yeah, not frightened of needles, just thought, When I grew up, the kids had rubella. So, we had this discussion the other night. I'm old, which means I've been put through the mill as far as all the diseases that were around when I was a kid. And I survived, so I've got a fairly high immune system. Kids today don't have that. But heard my name, sure thing, whatever you're, I'm here to please. Yep, about that much ice to my big mug, and about that much scotch. And the rest in Coke, thanks JP. The wife, she'll just have a little less ice, a bit more scotch. Strip off and sell as pork cutlets. You know, Nicole, you should always get a bit more pork on your fork. You should pork more often. There's an ad on Australian TV that says exactly that. This old lady is sitting in the waiting room of a doctor's surgery, I kid you not, and the husband comes out and he says, the doctor says we should pork more. And she says, all right dear. Servants, give the man a drink. Still 21 degrees here, JP. Beautiful end of summer nights.
I'll let you make it because you need to break the ice up.
Oh, I have to make it. As usual.
Hey, I made you dessert today. You had bloody...
It was a bought apple pie. You
It's-
didn't make it.
I had to stick it in the bloody oven to warm it up. I made him apple pie and ice cream. Coming up, oh, okay, JP. JP, can't wait till you bring your family over, come and visit. When the house is done, we'll have plenty of room for you all. Your wife and I will go out clubbing. You can just stay home with Seeds, the old fart. Never buy short what? Oh, cigarettes, alright. But not quite what you sure what. Hear the ice? See? I don't know. You can see, Matt. Look out the window.
Hello.
Man, that looks strong. Did you see how much scotch you put in that? You ain't got the friggin' principal door on the house yet, mate.
Just take yours, love. Just take yours. I'm good. You just take yours. I'm good.
Are you?
Canadian Club. Cheers.
I don't know what that
Nicole
is.
says, I love Suju. Is that like a little fluffy puppy dog or? Suju! Suju, come here, up. Or it could have been misspelling. Not sure. The Korean alcohol. I think you threw one too many consonants in there, Nicole. Just guessing. Need to talk to my wife. Is it Saturday night already, JP? Just checked his schedule. Saturday. Talk to wife.
Okay, see you, JP.
See you, mate. What is it there? Must be midnight there. You'll have to wake her. You have to roll her over. Darling, what? I've got to talk to you today. What? I'm asleep, but I've got to talk to you. Yeah, with an influx of Middle Eastern and Indian people tonight. It was like a
No, actually, that's been
like a refugee boat have hit the side of the room.
happening.
Whoa, what is this place all about? There goes JP, the bodybuilder, dance instructor, part-time stuntman on the Gold Coast. Ladies, if you could only see him doing his work. One day he'll do those videos for you, being a personal trainer to all the actresses and actors of Australia. Professional, through and through. So what's happening on the weekend for you, Nicole? Going out somewhere? Doing something special?
Yep, yeah. Laura said morning here, evening there. Yeah.
Colourless distilled beverage, green origin. It is consumed neat and alcohol content around 18. Ooh. Yeah, it sounds very much like our version of moonshine. Probably made out of potatoes. Oh, that's good. We did that today. We went around and caught up with a son and a daughter and a granddaughter and a grandson. Just went around for a cuppa. They're good. That's good times. You know, you don't have to go out every night and get drunk and all that sort of thing. You've got a wedding to attend today. Congratulations, Laura. I wonder who the lucky man is.
No, she's got a wedding to attend.
Yeah, it
It's
could be
not her
hers.
wedding.
No, but she didn't define whether it was hers or not.
I'm waiting for a boy.
Going to the chapel and
Waiting for a boy wedding.
Oh, good. I've been to those type of weddings, Laura. You get there, you're all dressed up, you get covered dust and rain. I rarely drink, maybe a few times a month, little, if that.
Yeah, we're a bit like that, Nicole.
Yeah, this is our first drink for at least a week, I think.
Um,
We shared a beer and we thought, well, we'll have another one. So
yeah, but we've scotch this time.
a bottle of Canadian must be about 3 months old. And we've still got a full bottle of Jack Daniels we haven't touched.
And there's something in the fridge.
What is it?
Jim Beam.
We got Jim Beam as well.
Or maybe it's I don't know.
Maybe it's one of the... When I was younger, I didn't mind a drop either.
You could have a wine,
Yeah, no, I do.
Nicole.
Yeah, I'd agree with Nicole though. I mean,
Oh,
if I was Nicole and home by myself, yes, I might have a drink or a wine with some cheese and crackers. But yeah, normally it just brings out a relaxation in people and you can communicate a little bit easier without getting drunk. I would probably, if we went out, we'd probably have, you'd have more drinks than me, wouldn't you? I'd probably have a couple and I'll have a bottle of water in between drinks.
yeah, no, we have water in between. No, sometimes have the same. If you only have one, maybe I'll have two because you're driving.
Yeah, I won't drink and drive. If I was out, I'd be gone. What's your drink of choice when you're out, Nicole? Is it a bourbon or scotch or something like that?
So she's trying to tell us something when we're over there. We better not
Yeah.
take her out to drink.
We're just sitting on the sidewalk and have fish and chips.
Out of newspaper. Alcohol in a brown paper bag.
Yeah, brown paper bag, Nicole. We just...
And we'll make Steve's put his hat on the ground and we might get some tips.
Beer mostly. Yeah, we like dark beer. We have a thing called Tooheys Old, and it's dark as stout, but it's not. It's a lager. Really nice on a hot day, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we'll have, want to get fancy, we'll have a German wheat beer, again a dark beer. But we're going to Germany, so I'll do a few reviews on drinks over there. No one drinks, I know it's just absurd. It's like, I know no one in Australia since the 70s when it was produced who drinks Foster's. No one here drinks it, Nicole. I kid you not. And it's exported to people who think, oh, that must be an Australian beer. No one drinks it here. It's awful. It's like dishwater. It's soapy.
Were you texting your daughter and you've put it in the wrong chat, Laura?
What's that?
I don't know.
I didn't see it. Oh, there comes the ghost train.
Okay, well just retract it, Laura. You can go retract the message yourself.
Is
I
it a
don't wanna-
personal message, is it?
Oh, it's nothing. It doesn't say anything.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Not
Well, if you
important.
do it again accidentally, just retract it.
As long as she's not talking to a boyfriend in a third room saying, yeah, I think you're hot, and we get it in this chat, then we'll say, Laura, retract that one.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, you're good up to now. So what's your best feed? I mean, obviously you like Korean food, Nicole. You like the spices, I
And
guess.
Japanese, she likes.
Yeah, she's got that edge where she likes that flavour, for sure. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, John.
And I do too. I like spicy food. Mrs. not so much.
A little bit of spice on my
I've got to make sort of two versions of curry when I make curry. One that she'll have, and one that I'll eat. Yeah, I mean, we can get cod and chips, but you can get that any day, of course. I don't even know where we're going to catch up, whether we catch up in the hotel we're in. I'm sure they'll have a restaurant or somewhere nearby. We won't have a vehicle. The only reason I'm not getting a vehicle is that we're going to park it in London. Seriously. I've got mates that say, yeah, you can hire a car in London, then you've got to get a ticket for about £10, stay here for a few hours, and then if you're on a street where it's only street parking and you haven't got a street ticket, they'll tow your vehicle. So I'll just Uber. We'll just go, yeah, take us here, mate. It's probably cheaper than getting a hire car anyway. But yeah, I mean, the UK is a place where I wouldn't hire a car. It's like pointless. They've got a great public transport system. I could get to London to Manchester, no problem, on the train. Taking a car would take longer, and the hassles of being on the freeways. When I was a kid, there was only the M1. That's how long ago I was. There was no M25, no big circle. That didn't exist. The M1, the M2, I think, and the M5. I remember going down them as a kid, but there's plenty of M's now. Yeah, so it's no time at all. And after we get back to London, if you want to pop down for a couple of days, we'll make sure we get a room with more beds than we need.
You can have a sleepover.
You can bring your jammies down and we can have a few drinky poos, go out in the town.
We can paint Seed's nails.
That's not happening.
Bring your nail polish.
I'll be going to
with
the
you.
museums and the art and the history, and you girls can go and get your nails done.
Yeah.
And I'll meet you at the pub. Yeah, like I say, we're going to be in London. Not sure where we're going to. I'm trying to find an old cottage or something like that near London.
Is that when we come back from the 10-day tour?
Yeah, 12 days. But yeah, no, we'll find a place. While we're touring around, we'll have a Google and see what's available. We don't have to be in the middle of London. You can get any spider train into the middle of London anytime you like. You could be 10 or 15 minutes by train out of London. And we like staying at homestays. We've done it all over Australia. And just book a cottage or a house where you got transport. Yeah, it's only a couple of mile walk to the train station. That doesn't bother us. But that's what we're going to do when we get back. We're going to spend time in London because I want to look through the history museums and all those sort of things. Big Ben, I'm pretty sure it's covered in scaffolding still. Yeah, I've seen all those things as a kid, but it's the history and the museums
Yeah,
that I
don't
like.
forget, I haven't seen.
No, that's right, I
Yeah,
know.
I haven't. That was train.
I remember not to wear heels when I meet you. All
No,
right?
don't.
If you're not going to wear heels, Nicole, bring a step ladder.
Well, yeah, don't wear heels if we're going to do a lot of walking, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, because Seeds is so tall. I'll make sure Seeds doesn't wear heels either.
Let's wear bare feet.
No, I want to go see some places. Just things have changed since you were a kid.
We'll just take our time. We're not
I
in a
wore
hurry.
heels meeting Sean and Phil, and I had to chase after a child. Yes, yeah, I heard that you lost. Yeah, not a good idea. Well, you won't have to chase after us.
No, we're good.
I can't do heels.
I know we'll get on the hop-on, hop-off bus and probably the hop-on, hop-off ferry. We'll buy a ticket for the trains. You know those, what do they call it? The Opal, I think
Yeah.
it's called. Something
Yeah, a
like
harness. Yeah, I might have to. Seeds might have to get a harness for me because I tend to wander off. Cold. Yeah, chase around the town. If I get lost, I'll find my way back. It's alright.
I think we're catching up with Phil too. Didn't Nicole say Phil will be coming to dinner or something?
I think so. Is that right, Nicole? Well, it'd be cool, yeah, if we meet him as well.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
And I'm in practice. I have 8 grandkids, so I can chase the kid. Cece was asking about Phil, if we were catching up with Phil as well. Yeah. Harvey, does Harvey ever join you? I don't even know where Harvey is.
No, I don't. I haven't talked to Harvey at all.
Oh, you have, but not for a while. Yeah, he has his own things going on, that's true. Oh.
What? You got to go to the dunny?
No, low battery.
Oh, Mayday, 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 low battery. Oh no. He wouldn't even meet Sean and he wasn't that far from... Yeah, I don't know, he seems a bit of a recluse and suffering a little bit of life problems, I guess. I don't know. We're trying to... I don't know if you know that Vanessa. We don't know her at all, but we'll sit down and have a cup of tea with her if she's interested, for sure.
Who? What?
Vanessa, that Vanessa lady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've said that to her.
Yeah, the whole trip's not about catching up with a lot of people, to be honest. It's just to wander around and
Yeah, but
look
if
at
we
my
can-
homeland
I've
from when
turned
I
it on.
was... I never know if this thing... Just got to check something. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
He wouldn't even meet.
That's the only reason we're going to the UK
And a
is to
book
catch up with
signing.
Nicole.
Book signing tour this is.
Don't forget to bring a book. I have to sign it.
Bring a book and a pen. You can keep the book, but Cece wants the pen.
It's only fair. And just this one time, I won't be charging an appearance fee. Other than that, it's normally about 10 bob. So you don't even have that anymore, Nicole.
What's that?
10 bob. They don't have bobs anymore. They have pounds or euros. I used to remember the threepenny bits.
Hey, 180.
Yeah, no, I wasn't born in the UK. I was born in Malta, of all places.
Yeah, but actually, you know, Laura, he was born on a morgue slab in Malta.
Yep.
Because the hospital was that full, his mum had to go down to the morgue to give birth to him. And who died when you were born?
My father's mother died the very moment I was born. And that's been confirmed. That wasn't a story. They found out the death time and my birth time, and they were identical.
And, yep. And then they moved to England.
Because the old man was in the Air Force, the RAF. I've got sisters born in what was Rhodesia at the time, now Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Another sister born in Singapore. All over the place. 5 kids all born in different countries.
But same mother and father, by the way.
Yeah, but I remember growing up in a place called Fradley. Man, that was cold. You think Manchester's cold, Nicole? Fradley, windy city. Lived in Manchester for a little while, Princess Road. Also in the Midlands, and then in a suburb called West Drayton. I think I said that to you the other day. That's where I remember my early childhood going to school. I used to walk 4 miles to school and 4 miles back.
And you got a hiding for falling in the ice.
Yeah, my sister and I went over to the paddocks in West Drayton, which was all paddocks and cows. Now it's all buildings. But we were walking on the ice, and then I disappeared. And the river was flowing. My sister ran on top. I could see her. I'm underneath the water, and I didn't have a breath in me. It was so cold. And then another opening came up, and I grabbed the ice, and then she dragged me out, and then she slapped the shit out of me. Yeah. That was interesting. But I do remember how cold the UK was. I do remember the warm summers we used to go up to Yorkshire in the Black Forest where my grandfather used to live, and summers were beautiful. Well, this is 68, 67, and they were beautiful summers. Hot, actually, in September. I remember there was records set during that time.
Actually, you've had it, yeah. You friggin' nearly drowned in ice water because you fell under the ice. Then you got hit by a car,
Yeah,
burnt your arm
yeah,
when you were 2, fell into a pot of boiling water.
yeah.
Well, your arm did. Prison guard, you were stabbed.
There is that.
Well, a few times.
I'm still here. Always look on the bright side of life. Can't whistle.
Yeah, Nicole, that's actually what they say about Melbourne. You have 4 seasons in the one day.
Yeah,
You have autumn, winter, summer,
Victoria's
spring.
like that.
Yeah.
We caught up with Blinky in Victoria, and it blew its ass off. We went to a little town, beautiful little place. We stayed in a holiday cottage with 8 bedrooms, so there was enough for us. And the wind and rain was like, I thought, hello, I'm in the UK. But there's a video on your channel,
Your channel.
my channel, about Warrnambool. Beautiful little old country Victorian town on the coast, and we stayed on a big house on the river. That was good. We're not going to be staying in a big house on the river on the Thames. I can give you a tip there, because we could afford to stay one day if we did that.
No, a couple of hours. It's expensive, isn't it?
Oh, no, I don't think it's too bad actually, but you don't get much space in the UK when you rent a little room. No worries. All right, Nicole, you have a good day. Say good day to your mum for us.
Yep, so hello to your parents. Have a good day.
You had a bit of an emotional roller coaster there, Shauna. That happens. Do you know the worst thing that I've had experienced in my life is grief, but also elation. Like someone very dear to me passed away when one of my child was born. Do you know what I mean? That sort of day where you're devastated but elated as well. That doesn't happen often in your life where those two things occur on the same day. That happened with me, of course, when I was born, when my grandmother died at the same moment. But I've experienced that where you've got total joy and total despair about what happened to a friend of mine. But that's life. It's just, you never know. Life is like a box of chocolates. If you don't like chocolate, you're buggered. Studio One call.
Studio One.
You always got to adjust it, don't
Yeah, I do, because you put it so close.
you? OCD.
I am. No, it's not good having days like that, Shauna.
You get days like that.
If you have days like that, then you want the laughter at the end of it all. And you can sit down and laugh about what's happened.
This is a true story, and I'm not going to look you in the eye when I say it because it's a bit embarrassing, but this is a true story. Many, many years ago, when I had a vasectomy. Strangely enough, the doctor's surname was the same as mine, which I thought, well, I've got trust in him for starters. He wouldn't kill one of his own. Anyway, I'm lying on there and there's this nurse walks in. Of course, they grab your tackle and they use that yellow stuff all over you. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, this has got to be done. Had the vasectomy. And I was fine that night, so went out to dinner. And I got a tap on the shoulder from the table behind me. And it was the nurse who turned around to me and said, "How are you feeling, all right?" Yeah, that puts a bit of a damper on going out for dinner, I can tell you.
Well, it was a small town, that's why.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, just awkward would be the word, I suggest.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, should I pull down my zip and say, yeah, check it out, it's going all right? You did a good job slapping that antiseptic on me.
Oh, God. Yeah, many moons ago you were desexed.
Yeah. And then I doubled in size.
Well, it's a small town, people don't care. She could have said, "How's your wanky?" That's what Laura said.
Well, she basically was sort of alluding to that. And she knew what she was doing too. Like, it was like, I'm going to put him in a tighter spot. Little bugger.
Yes, well, you survived. Now it's warmed up again.
It's 21 and a half now, which in Fahrenheit is 71.
71 Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit.
71 Celsius, we're dead.
Laura says, I tell you, I don't know, I bathe male clients. Are you a nurse, Laura? I'm new at it and they can't help it. Yeah, and you're new at it, so they'll have a bit of a laugh with you, because I used to work in a nursing home, so I know how they can carry on. Our caregiver. Yes, they can be quite funny in nursing homes when they've got new workers starting.
You can just see all the old
They-
workers.
yeah,
thinking,
they play some tricks.
I'll test this one.
Yeah, they do. They test you. Yeah, it was fun times working in the nursing home. So you work in a establishment, or yeah, it's hard work, I know. You work in an establishment, or you go to people's homes and care for them. I worked in the actual nursing home. But there's fun times. Oh, you go to their homes. Oh yeah, yeah.
Like a carer.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that as well. But it is, I'd rather work in the nursing home though. It's nice going to people's homes, but the nursing home kept me busy. Especially down the dementia ward. That used to be fun.
The good thing about the dementia ward, they had an old VHS tape, a movie, just the one. And when it finished playing and someone pressed eject, someone said, "Oh, new movie, can I watch that?"
That's actually true. That did actually happen. Go back to Studio One.
Nothing wrong with getting old. Get a bit of pain. Everything's about the same, but you just, can't do as much as you used to. I'll start doing things now, and after about 50 minutes, I think, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? But yeah, you just have to slow down a little bit. You're still the same person. You still think quite clearly, and you have perspective, and you have an understanding. You just don't have to get up and go to do a lot of it. But that's life. There's an old saying that youth is wasted on the young. No, I don't think that's true. We all get a crack at being young. You don't get a second ride on the merry-go-round. Unless you get really old and then, you're born with nappies, and when you're about 85 and lost all your mind, you're back in nappies again. Something to look forward to.
It just comes full circle.
Yeah, life does that. As you get older, you notice a lot of the people you grew up with no longer are here. Like my client asked me if I liked what I saw when I was healing him with a shower.
Helping you.
Ew. 3 shades of red.
Yes, see?
It was my first week working.
Yeah,
I thought you said it was my first week tweaking.
They test you, Shauna.
That happens in life all the time though. You're talking about like I say, if someone starts working in a nursing home, you can see all the old blokes going to test them like, oh yeah, Doris, the other nurse used to wash my willy every night. Is it your job now? Of course, it didn't happen, but you see these old buggers playing up every now and then. There's an old joke, Shauna, about working in a nursing home. It was a cartoon, and this is a joke, by the way. But there was a matron walking down the wing and the door was half open and she heard the following. It was, "No, George, no." He said, "Come on, give us a kiss." And she said, "No, George, no. I shouldn't even be masturbating you." Remember I said it was a joke, okay? In the context of a joke. Funny though, funny.
Yeah, anyway, I don't quite get it.
Yeah. But it's like, just because some old lady, I mean really old, an old man, I remember a comment from someone saying that there was a 75 plus man and wife and they still did the business. And I don't know how the conversation came around, but some younger woman said, "Oh, that's absurd, that's silly, they shouldn't be doing that." I'm thinking, wait till you're 75 and see what you would say.
The ladies never do stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah,
Ti-
just mean it. You're right, Laura.
Yeah, I
Some women
remember
are
in
mean
the
to
nursing
men.
home, the last one that the wife worked in, there was some really old, really lovely old ladies. And there were some real narky ones too. Like, we had a dog. We used to take our dog in, and everyone loved the dog. It was a Chihuahua. And we got turns to pat it and talk to it and all that sort of thing. And then this old lady, I think about 2 chairs, I was talking to an old lady, and this old lady said, "I only got a couple of minutes with the dog. It's not fair." And I'm thinking, you can have another go. She said, "I'm not interested now." And I said to the lady next to me, "She just wants to be a bitch." And she said, "Really? I have to live here with her."
Yeah, that was.
In other words, she'd bitch about anything. There was one day it was about the soup. "Oh, the soup's too hot." Well, don't eat it straight away.
Yeah.
But I want it now. You know what I mean? That type of person. I want the soup now, but it's too hot. And it's your problem to solve.
Or not the right biscuits, or their favourite biscuits. Oh my God, if we didn't have the right biscuits for morning and afternoon tea, God forbid. I tell you.
That was the same lady. I used to supply heaps of vegetables to the nursing home, particularly tomatoes. And it was coming to the end of the season, hitting winter, and I still had some cherry tomatoes and a few heirlooms that I brought in, and then I didn't bring any in the next week because they'd finished. And the old lady said, tapped the table, "Where's me tomatoes?" Because she used to have toast with tomatoes, bit of salt and pepper every morning that I used to bring them in. I said, "Love, they're all finished now." "Not good enough. Lift your game, son." That's exactly what she said to me. There's no more. I must have taken in about 100 kilos of tomatoes,
And the peaches of our trade.
peaches, everything. And it was like, she gave me this lecture, like, it's not good enough. I expect it every morning. Apparently she used to hoard about 6 or 7 big tomatoes and take them in her room. Which means she liked them, of course, but of course when the end of the flush and the end of the season, there's no more tomatoes. And I know that the guy at the grocery store down the road from us, he found out how good my tomatoes were, and he said, "I will pay you $20 a kilo." And I said, "No." I said, "I'll give them to the nursing home." He said, "25. I said, "No." So I went in the next day and I gave him, I said, "These are not to go in the shop, but you can take them home and have them." And he said, "Fair enough." He was a sort of a Dutch guy, wasn't he? Remember that
Yeah,
guy?
but we're talking about a really small town.
Yeah. I mean, some of my tomatoes were like £2. Cut them down the middle, particularly the Brandywine and the ox heart and beef steak. They were just superb. And I'll do them again. Not this year because winter's coming, but at the end of winter I'll make sure that I have a good garden. Particularly tomatoes, chilies, garlic, all those things, herbs. I'm not into growing heaps of potatoes anymore, or onions. I'm sick of when I can go and buy, 25 pound of potatoes for $5. I always get enjoyment out of people enjoying what I produce, be it cooking, Laura, or garden. Make my own pickles, bread and butter pickles. I love them. Make them myself. Pickle onions, you know it. Cucumbers, my own tomato sauce, my own chili sauces, and I like giving them to people. I don't know what the feeling is, but it's like, oh, that feels good to do that. So, yeah. I particularly like making my chili sauce. If anyone knows me by now, I don't mind hot sauce at all. I've had a sauce that I made once that was extremely hot for me, and I just decided not to do that anymore because I enjoyed it, but I'm thinking, that's hot for me. No one else could touch it. It burned their lips. So I go out scale out of 10. I make a chili sauce about 5 to 6 on the scale. So it's hot, but I put honey with it. And if I use any sugar, it's always raw brown sugar. And yum. And I do like making my chili beef. I made one 2 months ago. It's on my channel. My version, which has capsicum, onions, garlic, pork mince, along with cubed beef. I like that in particular. And I cook it for a very long time. It's yum. And then I add a little bit of my chili sauce to it. And that doesn't last long. If the kids don't get it, I'll knock it off eventually. But I'll make a pot up that probably does about 10 serves, yeah, about 10. She's playing a game. She's not paying attention to you guys at all.
Yeah, I have. Yes,
She's playing a game.
Because I don't really eat your hot chili.
Yeah, charcoal's excellent to work with. Doesn't give you that stinky fumes. It's a constant heat. That's what I like about charcoal. And charcoal's not expensive these days. It used to cost a fortune. But yeah, I would probably light up a charcoal in a grill, and I'd probably sit down, have a couple of drinks before I even thought about cooking. Because when you get that radiant heat at the right temperature, it's great for grilling meats, whatever you want to do. Even rotisserie, fantastic for chickens or a bit of pork. And I do like using the charcoal as, I made a little round, imagine a round container charcoal burner, and I'd use that to cook really slow and long stews. You could get it to that temperature, you know what I mean, level out the charcoal, get it, and it burns for about 5 or 6 hours. It slowly comes down, and when you're making stews and casseroles with that, yes, you can use a slow pressure cooker. You can use those slow cookers. I do like big cast iron pans cooked slowly. I just love that 4 or 5 hour process. I really do. And you end up with food that is magnificent. One of the easiest meals that I've always taught people, and you either like apricot chicken or you do not like it, but the best way that I do it is that I'll use chicken pieces and I'll roast them in the oven. So they're done. Take them out, let them cool down a little bit. Then I add in garlic and onions and just spray it around the pan, and then I get apricot nectar, probably about, I don't know, a litre or 12 ounces, I suppose. And it's sort of gooey, sticky apricot nectar all over the chicken. Then I get a cheap packet of French onion soup, just a powdered one, and I sprinkle that all over. Then you push that back in the oven, only on about 170 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. And for about 40 minutes, it comes out all sticky and yummy.
So Laura asked, what about flavoured wood? Can that be used within charcoal?
What I'd do with that, Laura, is I'd get a big piece of thick aluminum foil, as Americans call it. We call it alfoil.
Aluminium.
And I would wrap your chips of wood, be it hickory or whatever it is, and I would put it near the edge, inside, near the edge of the fire, not on top of the fire, and just let it permeate. You know what I mean? Maybe one over this side and one over that
Is that going
side.
to come out through the alfoil?
Yes, the smoke will come out through the alfoil. You don't wrap it that tight. Laura knows what I'm talking about. So you don't burn it, you just slowly cook the wood chips in that foil, and then you just get a slow release. You know what I mean? If you throw it on top of the charcoal, it'll burn. But on the side, just make a little space, It'll heat up heaps and you'll start smelling that. A lot of people use flavoured wood chips wrong, actually. But
Flavoured wood chips.
well, when I say flavoured, natural hickory has a flavour. And you've got all different types of wood. Some people use different cedar woods and all that. But yeah, it does add a smoke to like a roast in particular. Like if you're doing whole pig, that's a great time to use it. I've cooked on a spit whole pig a few times, and there's nothing like. I'm talking a 10-12 hour process. Years ago, I had a grill too close to home. Uh-oh, melted my mum's siding. Oh, that wouldn't have gone down that well. Would have smelt a bit too. But yeah, you always have a pit somewhere away from the house. If you're doing something like that. You can do it on a grill in your kitchen, but you've got the smoke to deal with. So there are issues with the house smelling like hickory for 3 months. But yeah, Aussies do barbecue just as much as Americans. They do the same thing. They do the same process. What I am going to do, Laura, and I'm sure you've done it and other people have done it there, I'm going to teach people how to make a bone broth. Particularly winter's coming up. A bone broth is really simple and it's nutritious. You end up with loads of gelatin and fat, and all those things are actually good for you. But then I would reheat my broth, take a chunk of fat, a chunk of broth, put it in a pan, heat it up, put it in a cup and drink it like a broth. But it has all the collagens that we need. Look, our ancestors used to have bone broth all the time. They'd catch a beast, barbecue it, eat all they wanted off it, and all the bones were smashed up and put into a big pot. Sometimes they put in carrot, potatoes, swede, whatever. You don't need that, you can just have the bones. A little bit of salt, and just cook it for 2 days if you like. But about 6 hours, probably about 8 hours in a slow cooker. Pressure cooker, only about 3 or 4 hours. Oh, you'd love a bone broth. You can add vegetables to it if you wanted to, but a pure bone broth is unbelievably good for your gut and your bacteria in your gut. It's what your body needs. It's what we as a species have had for thousands of years, but no one has it anymore. It's not like, some people get confused. Beef stock, chicken stock, fish stock, they are what they are, but they're not done the same way as a bone broth. You can do a bone broth with chicken, bone broth with fish, and a bone broth with beef. Beef has most of the nutrients that we need. So I'll do that one day. It's a slow process, but a bone broth is really good for you. If you only had treat it like a cup of tea, you know what I mean? You got a whole heap in the fridge that you've made, and you just take a bit out, make a cup, add a bit of hot water, and then drink it like it would be a cup of tea. But it has all those nutrients. Fantastic for people who want to lose a bit of weight, because when you drink this broth, it's quite filling because of the nutrients that are in there and the collagen, and it fills you up quite well. So those people that, you know, go on a diet but then they nibble in between, have a cup of bone broth. Makes all the world of difference. And it's what we as a species have been having for thousands of years. It's natural, it's what we used to do. Now people buy chicken stock, beef stock. It's not the same. It really isn't. It's not the same process. All that marrow bone, all that collagen. But yeah, natural collagen, by the way. Not stuff put through a needle, put into your face. Yeah, you know what I mean then, Shauna. The benefits of bone broth are incredible. And if you can, during the whole of winter, if that's all you did, and you didn't do it during summer, you're still adding those nutrients to your body. And minerals and vitamins. They're all natural within the bones of a... Beef is best, I've got to tell you. Beef bone. You know when you get beef bones and they're cut and you see all that gelatin in there? Or that marrow, I should say. Yep, I'll do that too. I'll tell you a little secret I do with olive oil, Shauna, is that I'll get my little ice trays out of the freezer, and I get my herbs when they're in season, be it whatever, thyme, rosemary, oregano, whatever. And what I do is I just pour olive oil into the ice cubes, and then I chop up my herbs finely, and I put whatever I like in each one, put them in the fridge. That doesn't have to go in the freezer, by the way. Olive oil will solidify at a fairly medium temperature. But if you whack them in the freezer, and then when they get all frozen, if you like, you just take them out, put them in a big bag, and then do it again. So you can have rosemary in one, you can have thyme in another. So when you put that olive oil in the pan, you already have them infused with the herbs. I've done it for so long. It's so handy. Just grab a couple of, and they will solidify in the fridge. They don't have to go in the freezer. But the fridge is where I do it, so I can put them in a big bag and I'll write on it thyme, then I'll write oregano. So that starts off your cooking process A with olive oil, just a couple of cubes, beautiful, which would equate to about a tablespoon and a half, I guess. Normal size ice cubes, you know what I mean? But that's a good tip. Everyone wants to have that on hand, you can just throw it in. That's right, you have a great day at the wedding.
Oh yeah, have a great day
Laura,
at the wedding, Laura.
We're going to go soon anyway. It's good having these chats, though I promise when we get our extensions built, we'll have a room dedicated so we can invite people, so I don't have to do all the talking.
Yeah, so you'll have them on panel, you mean?
Yeah, have a panel.
Yes, go watch. Don't stop it. Don't move it. I will move it. Yeah, I'll go shortly and go and watch.
Yes,
catch up on my videos. Have fun, Laura. Enjoy the wedding.
Stars look beautiful. Maybe your camera can do a good video of the stars.
I probably will, but yeah, I can't show that. Hey, Ali. Okay, Shauna, take it easy.
So you guys, we're going to shoot off anyway. Good catching up with you all.
How you going, Ali? Say hello to Ali.
Hello, Ellie.
Ali, A-L-L-E-Y.
Ellie.
Ali. What's happening, Ali? Morning or night where you are? Afternoon? I think I've got a bit of lag. Morning, okay. As you can see, it's night time here. It is...
9 o'clock?
No, it's quarter to 10 here at night on a Saturday. That reminds me of the song Piano Man.
Say it again.
Yeah, you know that song?
Yeah, don't we?
So morning, but what time is it? It is, it's really nice tonight. It got a little bit cool before, but it's warmed up again.
70 it is now.
70 Fahrenheit, if you work in Fahrenheit, but it's warmed up a little bit. It's a bit too dark where I'd show you all the stars, but you won't really see them, I don't think, because there's quite a few out.
Beautiful night.
10 to 8 there. Oh, 10 to 8 in the morning. Yeah,
Do you want to say goodnight to everybody?
I have.
You haven't said goodnight at all.
I did before, but Ali came in. I wanted to have a chat with Ali before we went.
Oh, we'll have a chat.
I did.
Oh, so you're gonna flip her off now?
You say hello.
It's the kind of woman she is, Ali. I do apologise for her behaviour. But we're gonna take it easy,
shut
kick
up.
back, then head to bed in an hour or so. So good catching up with all you people. Have fun always. And like I say, in the future we will invite some of you on a hangout when we build the rest of the house. But until then, and I hope you have a great day.